Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing an update of Washington Dulles International Airport. Now there's some news, but as per usual I'm going to say that at the end, so I'm going to go through all the planes and then say it. But I do have one piece of news that I do want to mention at the start because I want you all to hear this. This is going to be the last update of this Dulles. If you do not know, I'm kind of going to be redoing Dulles in January, and so this is the final update on this board. So let me clarify that Dulles is not finishing, but this version of Dulles is finishing. So that being said, I'm not actually going to be uploading any airport updates in December. I may have one, I think, but apart from that I'm just going to be uploading some other videos, some infinite flight videos. And I've got a couple other videos coming, like a room tour, different things like that. And so yeah, so this is going to kind of be like the last update of 2019, I think it might be. I think I might have one kind of festive update in December, but this is the last main update for 2019, and then I'm going to come back in January with a fresh kind of update of where I'm going with Dulles. I'm going to be kind of videoing the whole process of me kind of building the next version of Dulles, and I'm going to go through all of that. So yeah, apart from that, I guess I'm just going to get started here. So in the hangar we have a United 777-200. He's not flying anywhere in particular, he's just getting some maintenance done, and he's going to be heading out back to the gates later on after that is finished. Next here we have two Air Canada aircraft. So as you know, there are two Air Canada routes out of Dulles. That is to Montreal and Toronto. Now ideally I do want to get a CRJ 200 for the Montreal route. I think they do operate, you know, there's a couple flights in the day that do operate the CRJ 200 to Toronto, but mainly it's on the E175. But for now I've got this Air Canada Express CRJ 900. He's going to be heading out to Montreal. As I said, I do want to get a CRJ 200 to replace this one. And then in front of him there we have the new, this is the first time this plane has been in a Washington Dulles update, but here we have the Air Canada Express E175. He's going to be heading out to Toronto. Next here at the gate we have a Frontier A320. He's just getting the cleaning done, and then he's going to be heading out to Las Vegas. And then here with heavy service we have a Frontier A320neo. He's getting ready for a flight out to Denver or Mile High Aviation's airport. And now I've kind of switched everything over, so as many of you already know, I actually put Terminal Z, which is the one with Frontier and Air Canada that you just saw. I actually put that over my cargo gates, and I did want to include the Air Canada Express E175 because it's a new model, and I also wanted to feature some cargo aircraft in this update, so I kind of just cut there, and now I've kind of redone it in the cargo configuration just because there is some pretty significant news around cargo. So as you know, it is now winter time, so when winter comes around, cargo flights kind of go nuts, so they get upgrades and, you know, extra routes, things like that. So here we have a FedEx MD-11. Now this is going to be heading out to Indianapolis. Now Indianapolis is a regular route from FedEx to Dulles. However, in the winter kind of schedule, they've actually been flying DC-10s. I don't have a DC-10, but the MD-11 is the closest thing I do have to a DC-10. So I put this on the route from Washington Dulles to Indianapolis. Next here we have a FedEx 767-300. Now this one is a little bit of it's the same thing as the MD-11. This isn't the exact plane they used, but this is actually going to be heading out to Chengdu in China. This was a route on a 777. Obviously I don't have a FedEx 777, so I'm using a 767. It's the closest thing I have to a 777 in my FedEx fleet. So I'm going to be using this. I don't think the 767 could probably make it to Chengdu, but I'm going to be using this as the kind of example. So they flew a FedEx 777 from Dulles to Chengdu last week, I think it was, just because a panda from Washington Zoo was actually being transferred to Chengdu. There's kind of like a law, I think it is, where pandas born in the US, when they reach age 4, they have to actually be taken back to China, because obviously pandas are going into, you know, extinction if, you know, humans can't help. So they're very rare, so when they reach 4 years old they actually are transported to Chengdu, where they're bred, and a panda called Bei Bei was actually transported to China last week, as I said, on a FedEx 777. I actually have in my new Infinite Flight series, my first video is going to be the flight from Washington Dallas to Chengdu on the FedEx 777. So that'll probably be coming out on Sunday. I know I said it could be coming out last Sunday, but I'm having some technical difficulties with recording the flight. It's a 16-hour flight, so it's very difficult. But yeah, this plane is going to be heading out to Chengdu. Next here we have a FedEx 757-200. Now as the FedEx 757-200 is the smallest, well, one of the smallest FedEx aircraft, this is kind of becoming irrelevant in the winter kind of scene, but I didn't actually see, as again, this isn't the exact plane. I saw a UPS 757 flying from Washington Dallas to Philadelphia, which is pretty unheard of because the only scheduled route UPS has is Washington Dallas to Louisville. I saw a UPS, it was on Flight Radar 24, I saw it flying from Washington Dallas to Philadelphia. It would be cool if that's a new route. I will have to probably grab the NG UPS 757 if it does become a real route. But if it's just a one-off, I think I'll just stick with the FedEx 757. But this one's going to be heading out to Philadelphia because Philadelphia is also a FedEx route. So this isn't, you know, non-realistic, but he's just getting fueled up for a flight out to Philadelphia. Next here, just taxiing off of the runway, we have a South African A330-300. This is the first update this plane has been in. Of course, you saw me unbox this a few weeks ago. And as this is a morning update, I don't think I actually mentioned that this is a morning update. I'm including him just landing in now from Acura. The A330 is more predominant than the A340, even though the A340 does still come to Dallas, and I'll still include that model occasionally in updates. The A330 is a lot more common. So yeah, this is just landed in from Acura, and it's going to be spending the day here and then heading back out to Acura at about 7 p.m. And as this is a morning update, I have another morning route. This is the United 767-300 that flies in from Sao Paulo, lands in the morning. I actually took this route. If you look back to about 2018, you'll actually see a trip report of me going down to Sao Paulo and back up on this flight. It's a very unique flight because you don't really get many heavy aircraft that go down to South America. Now we actually have, this is part of the news as well that I was going to mention at the end, but we actually have Avianca have started flying the A330 once daily to Washington Dallas from Bogota. All the other flights are still on A320s and A321s, but there's one flight a day that's on the A330, so I am looking to get an Avianca A330. And so yeah, now we have two heavy aircraft that come up from South America each day. We have the United 767-300 and the Avianca A330. We did actually get LATAM, flew the 767-300 from Sao Paulo to Washington Dallas, but that was only a 2016 for the Olympics thing. So yeah, they've actually stopped that route, but it would be cool to see LATAM back here at Dallas. So, you know, LATAM, you know, maybe they might start again, but yeah, this just landed in from Sao Paulo, as I said. Next, moving on to the United Express area, we have this Dash 8-200 from United Express. He's about to head out to State College. Again, I was kind of hoping that the CRJ 550, I ordered 3 of them. I was hoping that they would come for this update, but sadly they did not. So I'm still using the Dash 8-200. Hopefully I can kind of replace the Dash 8-200, because these are retired, by the way. I only use them to kind of fill the void with my United Express fleet. But as soon as my CRJ 550s come, I can kind of officially retire these planes for good. But yeah, this one's just getting fueled up for a flight out to State College. Next along, just getting catered, we have a United Express ERJ 170. He's about to head out to Greensboro. And next, they just arrived in, we have a United Express ERJ 175. He's just arrived in from Grand Rapids. Then here we have another United Express E175. He's just going to be heading out to Austin. And then we have a United Express Dash 8-200. He's going to be heading out to Norfolk. And then we have another United Express E170. He's going to be heading out to Rochester. Next here we have an Air India 777-200. He's about to head out to Delhi. And then here we have an Ethiopian 787-8. He's going to be heading back out to Addis Ababa. Now I would like to get either a 777-200 or 777-300 to replace this. Well, not replace it, but kind of go alongside it, because even though you do get the 787-8 at Dallas, it's more common to see a 777-200 or 300. So I would like to kind of get either a 777-200 or 777-300, but yeah. Next here, just taxiing out to the runway, we have a Southwest 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. He's just going to be heading out to Atlanta. Then next here we have an Emirates A380, he's just arrived in from Dubai and he's going to be heading back out there. Next here we have a Delta Connection CRJ 200, he's going to be heading out to New York JFK. Next here we have two Delta aircraft. The one on the bottom is a 717. He's just arrived in from Atlanta, and on top there we have a Delta 737-900. He's about to head out to Atlanta. And then next here, just being cleaned, we have an Avianca A321. He's about to head out to Bogota. Then here we have a Volaris A320neo. He's going to be heading out to San Salvador. And then here we have a Salmon 30 Salmon 737 from Alaska. He's going to be heading out to Los Angeles. Now Alaska are using more of the 737s at Dulles now. Over the summer it was literally just A320, 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 but I've seen a 737 come from Seattle and a 737 come from Los Angeles. I've also seen the A321neo come from San Francisco, so it's time for me to start expanding my Alaska fleet again. I'm going to need a lot more Alaska planes to kind of keep it relevant, but yeah. Next here we have an EgyptAir 787-9. He's about to head out to Cairo. And next here we have my American Airlines section. Now this is probably the most realistic my American section has looked. This is very similar to what you see at Dulles. I am waiting on a second 737-800 from NG, and I am also wanting a CRJ 900, but a CRJ 700 is the closest I can get. So starting on the right here we have a One World 737-800. He's going to be heading out to Dallas. Then next along we have a 737-800. He's also going to be heading out to Los Angeles. And then on the far left we have an American Eagle CRJ 700. He's going to be heading out to Charlotte. The only route I am missing, well technically I'm not because it is there, but they also have an American route to Charlotte. Now originally this was being flown on like A319s, but now it is being flown on a 737. Now I have seen occasionally like the Dallas route and the Los Angeles route was operated on a A321. I do have an A321 so I can use that, but the A319 to Dallas I didn't have. But this is generally what you'll see. It's usually 3 737s going to Charlotte, Los Angeles and Dallas, and then a CRJ 900 going to Charlotte. So yeah, I'm getting there with my American fleet. I'm now working on the Delta fleet. Delta I think is a little bit larger of it has a little bit larger of a presence at Dulles. I need a lot more CRJs. Again, the CRJ 900, the CRJ 200 goes to New York JFK in the morning, hence why I had that route. Then the CRJ 900 kind of goes to, it also does go to JFK later on in the day, but it goes to Minneapolis and some other places as well. But yeah, I'm just trying to, my next goal is my Delta fleet. I'm going to try and sort that out, but for now, apart from the CRJ 900, I pretty much have my American fleet under control. Next here, just taxiing in, we have a United 757-200. He's just landed in from London Heathrow, and he's going to be heading back out there very shortly. Then moving on to the United terminal now, here we have a United 737-900. He's going to be heading out to Las Vegas. And here we have a United Eco Sky 737-900. He's going to be heading out to Los Angeles. Then here we have a United 737-800. He's going to be heading out to Orlando or Aviation 04's airport. Then we have a United 767-300. He's going to be heading out to Honolulu. Then here we have a United 737-800 heading out to Phoenix. A United A320 heading out to Portland. A United 787-8 heading out to Denver, a United 777-200 heading out to Tel Aviv, and then on the left we have a United A320 heading out to Mexico City, and on the right we have a United 737-700 heading out to Chicago O'Hare. And that does conclude this update of Washington Dulles International Airport. Now I'm going to get onto news about Dulles. So I have a few things to say. We have one very exciting announcement, and I'll get onto that now. We have a new airline coming to Dulles in May. Iberia is actually going to be starting flights on the A330 to Madrid. And also it's not that long until Cape Verde Airlines actually start flights to Sal. They start on the 8th of December, and then in between those two we have Swiss starting flights to Zurich on March 29th, but of course you already knew that if you've seen my previous things. The other bit of news is ANA is also switching their airports. So United are switching from Narita to Haneda, And now ANA have also announced they're going to be switching from Narita to Haneda on March 28th. I'm sorry, I think someone said I said Haneda wrong in the last one. I don't know how to say it, I don't know. I'm just going to call it Haneda, but there we go. Yeah, cargo as well. UPS actually flew the MD-11 from Louisville to Dulles, so I would like to get an MD-11, but it's not at the top of my list because it only flies around November, December times, and so yeah. Apart from that, that's all the news there is for the real life Dulles regarding this model airport of Dulles, as I said. And as you know, this is the last update of Washington Dulles, of this Washington Dulles. It is sad, but we are going to try and make the next one even better, even more detailed, and I'm going to go through each video on how I'm going to be building it. It's going to be kind of like you can also build your own model airport and take my advice from these videos. It's also going to double up as a how to build your own model airport kind of video. But yeah, apart from that, as I said, there's going to be no airport updates in December. Apart from one, I'm looking to do like a festive kind of update. But apart from that, there won't be any updates. I'm going to try and upload some Infinite Flight videos on Sundays now. I would love for Sundays to become my like Infinite Flight upload day. I'm working on a video at the moment, as I said, that's going to be FedEx from Washington Dulles to Chengdu. I've had some problems with recording it, but I think it should be out this Sunday. So yeah, tell me what you think, and I'll kind of get your suggestions and do some different routes as well over December. December will kind of be my practice period. If I like it and if it's efficient enough, I'll be uploading Infinite Flight videos on Sundays for the foreseeable future. If not, I'm just going to kind of use December as my kind of like tester month, see if I like uploading it, and then I have a couple other videos coming out in December, like my room tour, and also I have another video that I made with Louis, that'll be coming out in December as well. But apart from that, there's not really much else to say. Yeah, so apart from that, I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye.